Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Unconventional Attorney podcast. I'm the Unconventional Attorney. I'm also the owner of CMS Law Firm. Today, I want to talk to you about the idea of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Before I get to that though, I want to remind you, if you are not subscribed to the world's greatest law firm owner newsletter of all time, you can subscribe by going to theunconventionalattorney.com/newsletter. Every Sunday, I send you some goodness. I send you some information, some strategies, some tips, some tactics, some goodness. Don't miss out. It's free. Okay. Excuse me. Let me get a drink of water so I don't cough anymore. Today, I want to talk about if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I had a conversation today with a sanctuary member who wanted to call. He called me with his marketing guy, his marketing manager, and they were facing a conundrum, and they wanted my help. They're doing a bunch of SEO stuff. They're writing a bunch of articles and doing stuff like that. He's making a bunch of videos using my strategy and my distribution schedule and some of my advertising strategies. They're doing some Google advertisements as well. There's a family law firm. Okay, this firm is spending about $15K a month in advertising costs, and they're making about $100K a month. Okay, so think about that for a second, and then I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to try to answer it. And I'm going to tell you what I think. So they wanted to know a couple of things to me. They wanted to know a couple of things from me. First, should they continue doing the long form advertising? Second, should they continue doing the video content creation and distribution? And three, how can they reduce their Google Ads budget? Okay, they want to sort of maximize their profit. Okay, so what do you think I said to them? Think about it for a minute. I'm just going to talk to fill the dead space while you're thinking, but think about it. Okay, time is up. I told them what the title of this podcast is. First, I said, listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, they wanted to try to confirm and nail down where every single client was coming from, how they were clicking through, how they were doing all this stuff. And that's fine, but it's very, very difficult when you employ these different strategies because people can find you on Facebook, they can find you on Instagram, they can find you on podcast, YouTube, your website, they can find you from a Google ad, from a local listing, they can find you from search engine optimization, from Google search. They can find you from all these different ways. And they can find you in multiple ways before they decide to call you. So to chase them around, to try to figure out where they're coming from exactly is very difficult, time consuming, and doesn't really give you a lot of information to go from because everything should sort of work symbiotically. It should work holistically. To not use big fancy words, they should just all work together and send you new clients. And so that was the first thing that I told him. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep doing what you're doing if it's working. Like, why stop? Why change it up? Why do something different? And here's why. Here's the second thing I said. When it came to advertising, I told them, I'm going to make you a deal, okay? Every time you give me $15,000, I'm going to give you $100,000. Like, does that sound like a pretty good deal to you? And if you answered no, you're dumb, okay? You need to rethink your life's purpose and maybe not be in business. Because if you wanted to give me $100K every time I gave you $15K, I would just keep doing that over and over and over again. And the idea of increasing your profit margin when you basically have this is probably not exactly right, like an 8.5 to 1 return on your ad spend. So every time you spend $1, you're getting it's 1.5 to 8.5 technically. So every time you spend $1.50, you're getting $8.50 back, right? That's pretty good. That's pretty good return on your ad spend, despite not knowing if everything is coming specifically from your ads. To have a 15% marketing budget or advertising budget is good. 85% is going in your pocket. It's going to other expenses, of course, but there's definitely room for profit there. And so I think this idea of driving down your advertising costs as far as possible is heroic. It's something that would be great if it worked in the real world, But in reality, you have to spend some money to make some money. Each advertising dollar is an investment that you expect to get a return on. And if I said I would give you an 8.5 to 1.5 return on every dollar that you spent, you would probably do that over and over and over again. Like in the stock market, that's like an 8x return, right? So that's pretty good. And we want to just keep doing that over and over and over again. I think sometimes we have this tendency to fixate on the money that's going out and not really think about the money that is generating, that is coming back in return. And yes, again, I understand you cannot specifically say that every advertising dollar going out is creating that money coming back in, because you're doing these other things with SEO and with content creation, distribution, things like that. But that's okay. Like, that's the whole point. You do some advertising, you do some marketing, you do some networking, you do all these things, and they all work holistically together. Someone clicks on your ad, they go to your website, they see your long form content, they see your videos, they see your testimonials, they decide that you are trustworthy, they book a call, they talk to you, they hire you. If you didn't have one, you would lose the effectiveness of the other, and vice versa. So when it comes to these kinds of things, make sure that you are sort of seeing the forest for the trees, that you're not getting so locked in on one or two metrics or one or two aspects of your machine that you are charting a crash course to break the whole machine, okay? Because you don't need to do that, all right? So we're gonna talk about that happened today, and I also kind of wanted to highlight my sanctuary members because he's killing it. But in any event, if you find yourself doing these kinds of things, just be careful, okay? That is it. As always, if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you know someone needs to hear this, please share it with them. If you have a question or comment, let me know. And if you are not subscribed to the world's greatest newsletter of all time, you can do so by going to theunconventionalattorney.com/newsletter. That's it. All right. As always, I am Christopher Small. I am the Unconventional Attorney. I am the owner of CMS Law Firm. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. Appreciate you. I'll talk to you again soon. See ya.